Hello lovely people, welcome to the Geek, but I am Penge and welcome back to Help Will Come Tomorrow, where we continue our Siberian wilderness survival adventures, and things are not looking too good for our 4 survivors. Let's be honest, things are looking very terrible and bleak indeed. So last time they survived an attack on the train they were on. The train they were on was blown up, but they managed to escape. Now all the people that did not get away from the train were killed by some sort of people, I don't know what they were, but like terrorists. Essentially they were terrorists, and they went and executed all of the people on the train. This lot have survived, so that's good. You know, you didn't get a bullet in the head, so that's pretty good going, I would say. However, they've kind of made it to over here, and we got a little campfire set up. So we've got that done. We've got ourselves some basic sort of water distilling kind of facilities over here. So that's okay. So we can get people to go and have a drink, which is lovely. However, the problem we seem to have had is acquiring food. We just don't seem to have enough food. And that's a bit of a problem for this guy in particular, because he is really hungry. Is that one? He's a starveling. So his hunger increases faster than the others. So he's always hungry, which is bad. Which is bad because he needs more food, and we don't have much food as it is. So he needs a lot of food to keep him going. But of course, everyone else needs to eat as well. So we've been trying to find various bits and bobs. We're trying to, people have been eating roots and berries and insects and what have you. We now do have a situation where also we tried to go and get some stuff. We tried to go and pick up some resources and see what we could find from around the train, but we did get attacked. And the lady here, Zofia Butyanevia, she got shot. So she's got a bullet wound that we need to take care of as well. She's got bleeding. And if we look down here at the list of the sort of the conditions that our people are in, it's looking terrible. It's looking very terrible indeed. So she's starving and exhausted and bleeding and thirsty and freezing. And he's freezing and starving and thirsty. And he's starving and tired and cold. And he's also starving. So it's all looking very desperate indeed. So yeah, I don't hold out much hope for this group of survivors. Also, is she actually unconscious? I know she's lying down here. Is she just lying down because she can't sit up? Or is she actually unconscious? It says there, an unconscious character does not perform any actions. You can revive them with care action or by meeting critical needs. That's interesting. I mean, do we need to revive her? It might be worth reviving her. Okay, we need to get some people to go and see if they can find some food. We've got some herbs and we've got a bit of garlic, which people can eat. They can eat that and it's a moderate decrease to hunger. But it'd be good if we go and find something else. And more importantly, it'd be really good if somebody could go and get us some clay, because we've got enough structure stuff here to build ourselves a lovely pot. We could build ourselves a little pot where we can make dishes of meat and vegetables and what have you, but we haven't got any clay. So we can't actually make this pot quite yet. So it'd be really, really handy if we could get that constructed. So what I think we do is, first things first, let's go on an expedition. Now, the problem is that it's also snowing very, very heavily. It's better not to leave the camp, it says. To protect against the wind, it is worth building shelter walls or surrounding the camp with a palisade. I mean, okay, it says it's better to not go outside. If we don't go outside, we're going to starve to death. So we might need to go on a bit of a wander. So here's the baddies that got us before. Now I'm thinking if we're looking for clay, over there might be good. Because that looks like this side of, sort of a river running that way somewhere, a lake or something like that. There's water there, which might mean there's a bit of a sort of a clay edge or something like that. So let's send an expedition. Let's get, you two might have to just work together because you have more sort of action points. And I think she might be unconscious. I suspect she's unconscious. Actually, do you know what? Let's see if she is conscious. So get her to, oh, hang on. We can't move them. Oh, no, it's here. It's here. So, no, not you. Can we get... Oh, no, yeah, she is unconscious because we can't pick her from the list. Okay, right you are. We'll send those two. Yeah, I think this is going to be a very short-lived experience here. I don't really think we're going to survive. Okay, so let's send you two on an expedition to... I want you to go over... Oh, hang on. Have we got to move in very slow steps because of the weather? Have we got to move in little tiny bits? Oh, we have. Okay, so let's go there. Oh, you've now only got 1 action point each. Oh, no. Hang on. Can we get up to here? Maybe we could have a little look around here. Oh, he's lost his action point. Okay, search here. Please find some food. We found a tiny bit of edible root and some moss. We can eat moss. We'll absolutely have that. Okay, now can we keep searching? Can we move to there and then search? Because he has an action point. Oh, yes, we can. Okay, let's do that then. So we'll do that. Find some clay. Find some clay. Oh, no. A thing has happened. You reach the river that you have seen from the train windows before the crash. The riverbed is wider than you have expected. It could be Salenga or some other important influence of it. Although water is still flowing in the middle, most of the surface is covered with sugar. I don't know what that is, it sounds delicious, and fallen snow slush, which forms solid ice at the banks. All ideas about escaping that seemed good by the fire now seem dubious. Check the possibility of floating a raft. Check the ice strength. The riverbank is too exposed. It's better to leave. I mean, I wasn't thinking of leaving on a raft. I was thinking more of waiting for people to come to us. Let's check the ice. Oh, checking the ice strength. Don't stand on it, though. Don't stand on the ice, because you will fall through and probably die. Let's check the ice strength really, really carefully, please, folks. Let's do this, please. You have carefully approached the edge in the least steep place. This time of year, the ice doesn't bind the entire width of the river, but it looks quite solid at the shore. At least it doesn't crack after a stone is thrown. However, there is no reason to check its strength. You can see that the coastal cover does not stretch along the entire length of the river, but only accumulates in the bends and places with a slower current. Okay, right, so it doesn't go all the way round the entire river. The sleigh trip would end after a few dozen Arshans. What's that? I don't know what one of those is. There is, however, one positive side. You can still see the fish in the water. You've even managed to get a lump of ice with a trapped ommel. What's an ommel? It is worth coming back here later with some woven fish trap. Okay, that's it for today. Let's not do that. Let's not push it. That's it for today. What's an ommel? Wind and frost are becoming much more noticeable by the river. You think it is wise to come back among the trees before you catch a cold. I think they've already got a cold. We've caught a fish. Okay, right, yes. Let's have that. Let's take the fish and let's just get out of here. Let's return to camp because it's all looking bad. They managed to collect so much. Yeah, I don't think they did. They didn't collect any clay, so we can't cook that fish, which is all very sad. Right. Are we going to have to bite the bullet and build a makeshift pot? I know we still need a bit of clay. We need one bit of clay. Ah, that's very unfortunate, isn't it? That is very, very unfortunate. We need the clay. We need clay. Okay, right. How are we going to do this? Who do we want to survive, essentially? Because I think tonight people are going to die. People are not going to survive. Let's get... Now, she can't do anything either, can she? She's just out. She is completely out for the count. Can we put her on there? Can we sit her on there? No. We can't even put her on there. How can we wake her up? How can we help her? Can we wake her up somehow? Hang on, what does it say? She does not perform any actions. You can revive them with care action or by meeting critical needs. How do we do a care action? I'm not entirely sure how we do that. Maybe we're supposed to have some medications or dressings to put on her. So she is gone. She is out, I think. She's bleeding. She's probably going to get an infection in the wound. She's unconscious. She's freezing. She's dying of everything. So I think we might just have to accept the fact that she's not going to make it. So how about, let's go here. Let's put something on the fire. Let's grab ourselves cones, suitable only for kindling a campfire. Right, pop a couple of cones onto here. So add some fuel. So hopefully people can feel a little bit warmer with that going on there, which is nice. And then Chappy here, you're going to have to go through and do some of this. You're going to have to make some water, please. So do some water filtering, because you're the only person left that has an action point. So there you go. Get some water, please. And there we go. 3 water. That is it. So let's give all of these people a bit of water. I'm very sorry, madam, but you're in a bad way. So let's give you a bit of water. Clean water. And you a bit of water. Okay, so it stops it from being a punishing thirst, a big thirst, and you. So the thirst goes down. Okay, that's at least something. Right, who wants to eat an edible root? A delicious root can go to you, sir. Well, indeed. And you can also have some moss. Okay, now that's giving him indigestion. But okay, right, you two can have moss and you can have moss. So there we go. So you're still all a bit hungry. He, however, is starving. Do we give him the fish? a raw fish. It would be better to roast it, but even raw is more nutritious than bark, moss, and rootlets. Considerable decrease. Let's give him that, and look at that. It's gone straight through to there, but it has given him indigestion. But yeah, his hunger has come down an awful lot. And then garlic. Let's give a bit of garlic to you, because you have big hunger still. Oh my goodness, we need to give you another. Yuck, my breath. And then another bit. Stinking. And then vodka for you as well. We need to warm up. I know, we have no action points left. I'm very sorry. Warmer at once. Okay, he's got his beer coat on. Can we eat this stuff? He needs water. I mean, can we eat that? I don't think we can. Can we eat that at all? Let's give that to him. I don't think it does anything. I think we might just wasted some stuff. Never mind. It's not like we've got much. I think that's it. And also, I think that is probably literally it. I suspect they're all going to die. Okay, here we go. Let's go over to end the day. Because no one can do anything. There's no action points. She's got 2, but she is unconscious. In England, it would be inconceivable. Okay, let's end the day and see who is left. I imagine she's not going to be around. Okay. Okay, what do we do? Let's move to the train wreck. Now, that is quite a good idea, but of course the guard people will see us. And they will probably kill us. Could we negotiate with the renegades? Is it worth having that conversation? Because it's looking pretty bleak. Let's have that chat. Ladies and gentlemen, we're taking the wrong approach. Instead of hiding and deteriorating in the cold, we should try and talk sense into the thugs. Okay, you're talking nonsense, Alexei Rabinovich. I think the excessive thinking harms you. Maybe it's time to do some physical work instead of pondering so much. Oh dear, right, he really fell out with him. These people derailed the train for a specific purpose, to rob whatever they can. Not just for the bloodlust. They have what they wanted, so maybe we can negotiate our security with efficient rhetoric. La-di-da. Okay, now, we have to do these properly. We have to do these properly in character. I think he would tell him to just back down. He'd say, get back down to earth, you silly man. Get down to earth. These people ripped valuables from the corpses and robbed everything that was not riveted to the train. Do you want to negotiate with them? Okay, right, so they've fallen out. But his morale has gone up a bit. Camp morale tumbles. I'm just giving such a hypothetical possibility. You have to get emotional right away. Oh dear. And then, what do we go for? Moving to the train wreck. Comrade Mauser, you have the floor. I don't know what that means. That might be a reference to something that I'm entirely unaware of. Natural selection, Siberian coming, or jack of all trades. Let's pick this. Comrade Mauser, you have the floor. Because I don't know what it means, and I'm intrigued. Let's pick it. I'm glad I met you, Alexei Rabinovich. It comforts me that such extraordinary minds see the need for change and the insufficient commitment of the provisional government. Okay, right, they're talking revolutionary kind of chat here. Okie dokie. Yes, you are right, Vadim. But what can we, the prison of this wilderness, do? Okay, we have to start by making your companions aware. Let's think what we will do after returning to civilization. I think he'd probably say this one. By making your companions aware. I think he'd go for that. We can always do something. At least start by making the proletarians aware their time has come, and the aristocrats that they are heading to the dustbin of history. Okay, now he likes him for that. He's like, yeah, but Vadim, I'm not suitable for politics. I can't speak fluently like you. Besides... Nonsense, Comrade Alexei. All right, you two, get a room. We need people like you. If all true intellectuals of Russia got rid of bourgeois superstitions and restrictions, a real revolution would rage from Petrograd to Vladivostok. Okay, right. Revolution can lead to violence. I think he's an educated man. He'd probably more like to say that than, you're right, comrade. He is an educated man. So he would know that. So he would say that, comrade, watch your words. A rising revolutionary enthusiasm among the unaware masses can lead to unnecessary violence. Ah, so you are also restrained by this humane nonsense, comrade. It's a pity, what a pity. You have the chance to ride a steam locomotive of history, and it doesn't slow down. Oh no, so he lost opinion on him, although sometimes it derails, as we've seen. Do you doubt, Alexei, the victory of the People's Revolution and the triumph of the progressive part of the society? This is getting very heavy. Our English friend here just wants a cup of tea. Just get him some tea, please, for goodness sake. He doesn't know what's going on. Of course not. Only when I listen to you, comrade. I'm a little scared if I'm progressive enough. So be careful, because when we're done with the kulaks, then who knows? Maybe we'll start with the brake operators. I don't know what a kulak is. I feel like I should know more about revolutionary Russian politics. Okay, right, so end of day summary. I mean, are we all going to survive to the next day? Okay, you'll be surprised to know the camp morale went down and... oh dear. In the morning, a pleasant resinous scent wakes you up. That's Alexei cooking some infusion. Okay. Medice curate ipsum, the scholar mumbles under his breath, mixing herbs in boiling water. It seems he decided to stop complaining and started treatment. I vaguely recall the medical symposium, he says from above the infusion. Anyway, even a layman could recognise ginseng, shiitake and white willow. Do you want some? I collected it all by myself at dawn. It should help not only for scurvy, but also for runny nose and swelling of the throat. The witch doctor's mixture smells really tempting. Yes. Why not? We have nothing left to lose. I also note there's only 3 people down here. Has Madam died? Yeah, why not? Let's give it a go. There we go. Oh, there's all sorts of things happening. Oh, they're not cold and they're not tired. It smelled better than it tasted, but it's always like that with medicines. What's important? The heat spreads nicely in the body and a healthy blush returns to your faces. It seems that under the influence of the brew, even the sky has changed colour and the trees seem to be friendly. This must be a good sign, right? Yeah, I think there's some extra stuff in that brew that he didn't tell you about. Some of those weird hallucinogenic mushrooms I think might have gone in there. Yeah, indeed. Can you hear colours and see music? Is that what you can do as well? Okay, continue. Right. Is she still alive? Yes. Now, the only tragic thing is that now, because everyone is so exhausted, we only get 1 action point each. 1 action point each is really terrible. So we can't do much. I'm about to puke. Oh dear. What's he got? Oh, they're hallucinating and they've got nausea. Oh, they've all got nausea. Oh, brilliant. Also, he has a frostbitten hand. So he might lose his hand. He's wearing gloves. He's wearing gloves. Okay. This is all sorts of terrible, isn't it? I mean, is it worth trying to build a palisade? Is it worth trying to get Chappie to build a bit of a palisade around the thing? A solid fence. It reduces damage of the camp structures caused by bad weather. Provides everyone in the camp with additional wind protection. So we could get, say, you're good at building things. Oh no. But you can't because you need 3 action points. So it might be you and you together. Oh no, hang on. Not you and you. Oh no, hang on a minute. No, we want him, not him. No, hang on. Oh, crikey. How are we supposed to do that? Hang on. Not, you, but then the other chap. There. I'm not fond of you. Oh, I thought he quite liked him. Can we do that? Can we make ourselves a solid fence? At least it's something. I mean, we might all starve to death, but we can give this a go. So, oh no, is that all we've got? Oh no, this is the wood. That's fine. So we'll use that for... oh no, we haven't got enough wood. Oh no. Oh no, we've got 9. We haven't got enough wood. Oh dear. Okay, right. Let's not do that. Let's go on an expedition. We've got no resources or anything. It's going to be you two because you sort of get on. So, okay, let's send you out. Now, we've not been there, apparently. We've not... oh, hang on. We've not go to either of these spots. Oh, please be clay just here. Be clay. Right, they've used their action point. So, search, and we found some stuff. Nothing. Oh, we found some bugs. We found some bugs to eat. Yay. But now, can we move around anymore? Can we do that? Because I've got no action points left. Deer, oh dear. Okay, right, yes. There is a deer. Did we see a deer before? I can't remember. The silent snow-covered forest fell completely silent. The dark green branches of old firs bend to the ground under the snow. From time to time, snow slides from the crowns, falls lower, and the large, wide-strutting branches straighten, flooding the whole area with white, soft snow. That's quite beautiful. All tracks can be seen well on this silver quilt. You can be sure that a musk deer or a tiger deer have been passing this way quite recently. It's probably in a nearby grove. We have nothing to lose. Try to track it down. You almost run into a musk deer. The animal immediately starts to run, but you are trying to catch it unnecessarily because you are not chasing it anyway. Okay, let's try and catch it. If we catch it, great. If we're injured, we're already in a bad way anyway, so let's give it a go. They are a bit more tired. You are really desperate. You'll throw yourself at the musk deer and overthrow it to the ground. Then you cover its head with a heavy branch till the animal stops moving. It looks like you're going to have a warm stew today. But we're not, because we can't do anything with it. Because we haven't got a pot. Because we can't find clay. Oh, no. Can we please find some clay? Now, we have no action points left. But can we keep moving around and searching? How does it work with no action points? Or does it increase our loss thing? Does it increase the probability of getting lost? Just find some clay. For goodness sake, find clay in the ground. Oh, how can there be no clay? Please find some here. Go here. The loss probability is getting quite high. Okay, try that. Please find clay. What's that? An egg. We found some eggs. Okay, right. We'll take eggs because eggs are nice. What's that there? Some sort of brick type structure here or just here. The level there, danger level there is insignificant. Danger level here is risky. I guess because it's closer to the train. Well, let's go here because we've not actually searched here. And it's right next to the camp. So please have clay. We need clay to make a pot. No, where do we get clay from? Oh my goodness me. Do we need to build a tool shed and dig for clay or something? Maybe that's what we're supposed to do. Maybe we're supposed to go digging for it. I do not know. I mean, they've got... That's risky to go over there. I think we're going to get lost. I think we might need to return to the camp with a few things. How useful they're going to be, I do not know. Okay. We can probably build... Oh, no, we can't build... Oh, he could build something. Oh, no, he can't build it on his own. Oh, dear. Okay, right. Who would like an egg? Who would like a raw egg, eh? Who really wants a raw egg? We're going to give it to you. Let's give the raw egg to this chap, because he's super hungry anyway all the time. So it probably won't make a dent. But let's give him a raw egg. Okay, delicious. And you can have a root and a thing, and you can have some bugs. Bugs. Okay, right. And you, my good sir, just there, you can go to actions and you can filter some water. Let's pick him. You can filter some water because you have an action point remaining. This is all we have. It's looking very sad. Oh, dependent. Every day when the character performs a given type of action first, they lose comfort and their morale drops. Oh, okay, right, okay. So we don't want them to do things first. Okay, fine. Gosh, he's irritating. Right, you can have a bit of water each. Bit for you, bit for you, bit for you. Okay, that's it. We can do no more. I think we need to build a tool shed thing and then craft a tool to dig for clay. I wonder if we don't find any as we're wandering around. But yeah, we can't cook anything. We can't cook this animal. Grilled food. Oh, hang on a minute. Oh, we could have roasted an animal. Oh no, we couldn't because we didn't have enough stuff. Right, if you all survive, we can roast an animal. If you all live through the night, we have nothing else to do right now. So let's see if we're all going to starve to death. I imagine the lady's going to die because... Oh, there you go. She's gone. Sophia Butinova has died. I mean, she did get shot. She was... All hope was a little bit lost there. Okay, right. Delusions, natural selection, hypochondriac, it's easy to be a prophet. What's the Siberian commune? I don't know what it is. Sir Edward, despite your privileged social position, you seem very class-aware and compassionate toward the common people. Do I guess it right that this is the influence of your great compatriot Robert Owen? I really don't feel like I know enough about this period of history. That bore and bankrupt, of course, he's a great man. You're surrounded by people who they've called great. I think it's probably a good idea to say that he is also great. Of course, I know his writings and works, a great man, but misunderstood at the time. He was the real pride of both his homeland and the United States, where he built a commune. Don't you think that we are also creating a community similar to Owen's work, New Harmony? I haven't looked at our situation like that. I just hope we don't end up like them. I hope they all died. I know there's only a few of us here. Misfortune has brought us here, and we are much divided. But wasn't it about the biggest dreamers of past eras to bring people together and show what the collective can achieve? Crikey. You may be right, Vadim, but now we have to think about how to feed our little commune. Yes, indeed. You must believe in human brotherhood. Yeah, he's quite like that. Each collective can achieve its goals if all its members believe in the ultimate victory and ideas of human brotherhood. Okay, crikey. If the morale went up, hurrah. It may be right, but we are probably too small a collective for far-reaching social experiments. Yeah, we're one down as well. Okay. Who are Edward and Betty? Yeah, let's ask about him. Who's Betty? Edward and Betty. Do you think they will come back? Who? Who? The bandits? Are you afraid? No, I'm just thinking what I would do to them if I had my loyal Betty with me. Now, is Betty... I was going to say, is Betty a lady or is Betty a weapon? A woman is supposed to defend you. This is my shotgun, a loyal companion from the African savannah. Unfortunately, I carried it in my luggage. Wait, what if my chest has survived? Okay, we have to check that. I think it's worth having a look. We have to check that. Such faithful companions come once in a lifetime. And there's a thing over here. Faithful Betty, search the car south of the camp for Sir Edward's weapons. A gun would be quite useful. That would be very handy. Why didn't you mention this before? Oh, look, we've made her a little cross like she asked, because she was religious and she wanted to be buried. And there we go, we've made her a little wooden cross. So, obviously, there's a big disadvantage to her dying, in that camp morale has come down because one of their number has died. And also, we don't have a person to go around and do stuff anymore. So she had action points. She had some action points. But now, obviously, we can't use her action points to do anything. The only positive is really that now we have, when we cook something, there is more food to feed who is still alive. So we don't share it between 4, we share it between 3. So I think what we need to do is, we need to definitely do this. Now, we could have done a campfire fish for him, couldn't we? I didn't know that. Right, roast an animal is going to be you and you, because you're the only 2 people left. And then let's put that there. Let's roast this. Right, can we cook that? The fire level has to be 10%. Oh, hang on a minute, we can sort that out. Yeah, needles. Chuck a needle on it. Oh, hang on. It doesn't like us at doing it. Oh, hang on. Pine cones. Chuck pine cones on it. In fact, we probably want to use all the pine cones to keep the fire nice and high. There we go. Nice warm fire. Okay, back we go. This could be it. This could be the start of the comeback. So we've lost 1. Maybe we can do this. Maybe we can fight back. So there we go. Right. Cook this. Cook this animal. So there you go. They're having a chat. They're sort of chatting to each other. Action points are going down. Opinions are forming, and now we have some food. And what is that? Burnt meat. The effect of quick and careless roasting may cause indigestion, but at least not for poisoning. Hunger, considerable decrease. Oh, yes. Right, okay. We've got 8 bits of it. Right, you. That's a bit of food each. And we're on to the big hunger. So now you, and you have that. I don't think is anybody hungry anymore? Oh my goodness me, we'll keep that. That's wonderful. Big thirst. I mean, we're going to struggle to do anything about the thirst, I'm afraid. You might have to wait till tomorrow when we get some water or whatever. But there we go, you're not hungry, you're still a bit cold, and you've got frostbite in your hand, and you've got indigestion, and you're tired, and you're sick, and everything else is bad. But, there we go. We've eaten some food. We've eaten food. Can we mount an expedition with no action points? I'm a bit confused as to how this actually sort of works. We have to go down there. It wants us to go there. It's risky. I mean, we've got nothing to lose. Let's send an expedition of you and... Oh, no, hang on. No, you 2, because you like each other. And no, we can't. Look, there's no action points. It's not letting us do it. Okay, yeah, there we go. Look, you need some action points. Okay, right, well... There we go then. That's a whole day done. We roasted a deer. That's it. We can do nothing else. So I think we will end the day. What I'm hoping is that because they're not hungry, they might actually get some action points back tomorrow. Maybe they could get themselves 2 action points, because we're obviously entirely reliant upon them having action points to go and do stuff, to build shelters or build workshops or whatever. But of course, when they don't have enough, you can't really do anything. So we need them to get their action points back. So let's end the day for now. Let's see if they actually survive through to the next day. So here we go. So what can we talk about now? How about Jack of all trades? Why not do that? Just look at those stars. I see the Great Bear, or as the inhabitants of these regions say, the Great Reindeer. That makes sense. Oh, do you know the customs of the people in this area, comrade? It's great. Our rescue has just become much more certain, but you don't look like an ethnology professor at all. Okay, so right, he likes me a bit more. It is not like that. I'm not a researcher of primitive people, although I travelled a bit in Siberia. I just know the stars. I have it from college. Okay, are you an astronomer? This is also great news. When we move towards civilization, your knowledge will help determine our location. I think you're getting ahead of yourself. No, I haven't actually finished these studies. Before you'll ask, the same as medicine, philosophy, and economics. Oh dear, okay, so what did you do at the university? I was developing. I absorbed knowledge about the world, but above all, about people. Contact with so many open minds showed me what hard problems our society is suffering. The university is a breeding ground for the mind, a place where different classes and nationalities meet without fetters of superstition and etiquette. I was thrown out of 4 faculties, but I owe more to these failures than to other successes, so you couldn't stick doing one thing. But at least you read the directions of the world from the location of the stars. Okay, yes, but I was taught that by my uncle the sailor. Okay, right. Oh, they got on a bit better, though. That's quite nice. I mean, do we discuss this, moving to the train wreck? I think it'll be a bad idea because we'll get shot, but let's discuss it. Let's see what they say. Being in the woods is a stupidity. We don't have a decent roof or walls here. We're also sitting on some makeshift flooring. Well, during the day, proletarians unite, and at night we are fed up with the makeshift. What about the far-reaching plans to build a decent shelter and palisade? Yeah, we could do with a palisade. I suggest we move the hideout to one of the cars. Though with the time for social work, in the meantime, we have a decent roof over our heads and walls protecting against the blizzard. But not from the thugs. Yes, maybe from the blizzard, but not from the thugs. We'll draw their attention as soon as we light a fire. Without fire, we'll not filter the water or survive the frost. Indeed. Well, you always have to know better. It's quite logical. They've fallen out a little bit. Okay, right, end of day summary. Let's see if they can survive through to the next day. A thing has happened. Sir Edward seems absent since morning. Instead of helping to collect brushwood or clear the night snow, he just sits and gouges a branch in the fire. Has something happened? Are you sick? But the Englishman only shrugs. At first you leave him alone, but since he doesn't show any intention to join the camp duties in a long time, you repeat the question. Mr. Gray, fuel and food will not come to us. What if they could fall from the sky, in fact? Ha! That would be worth describing. The British seems to be out of his mind. Isn't it boring? This is not a reason to sit on your bottom, your backside, let's say, and waste time. That's exactly the perfect reason. This adventure has already made me bored. Oh, so it has bored you, sir. Hold me or I'll crack. Maybe the noble lord will look for adventure outside the camp. Okay, so they're having a go at him for being lazy, essentially. I've been there too. It's the same everywhere. I have nothing to describe in the diary, as a reader will later die of boredom. You decide to leave him alone with his thoughts. Maybe the Siberian atmosphere drove him crazy. It's better to wait it out. Okay, right. He's got no action points. This guy has no action points. Also, he is in despair. And our guy here has 1 action point. Oh dear. This is just not working, is it? It's just terrible. I mean, we could give them some food. You can eat at least. Let's give him some food because at least he has got an action point. So let's give him a bit of food. And what if we give him the next bit of food? Because, oh no, hang on. Let's give him the next bit of food. But if we give him the bit of food, would it top his action points up? Let's give it to him. So his action points are now, his hunger is now no longer a thing. And we might need to make some fresh water. So let's go up here and filter some water. Get you to do it. Filter the water so we can at least have a drink. And then that will be it again for the day. This is all very desperately miserable, isn't it? And indeed, look, it's not even quenching their thirst at all. And then there's no action points left again. So we can't do anything. So it's just a case of going to the night time again. And I think it's all over for them, isn't it? I think they're just going to be doomed. It looks like the best company is left by the fire. I haven't had decent tea for a long time. And what if you add something to the cones and bark? I think Siberian chai was obtained from willow. Let's experiment. Fiddlesticks. Something has moved in the hearth. I better leave it this way. Maybe they won't notice that I messed it up. Okay, so he's messing around with the hearth. Dear Diary, I submit this report just in case I won't be able to write any more soon. I sense troubles coming and maybe even imminent death. Yeah, I suspect imminent death for all of you lot very soon indeed. The last of my comrades in this misery has died. What? What? Hang on, what? No, they're still alive. They're not dead. I don't have the strength to write about people I said goodbye to during the last few days. I will just point that out. Are they all dead? They were worthy companions. Be nice. Come on, let's be nice. That although some of them drove me crazy, they were worthy companions. Now I'm all alone, my mind is clouded. The clarity of thought that I had yesterday has disappeared. What's next? Wait for rescue, run away, fight? But for whom? It's also inelegant. Okay, so he's got his morale back. They seem very much alive. I don't think I can fulfill my mission. I hope that other representatives of His Majesty's government will have more luck in monitoring the mood of this unstable country. I also hope that after a period of turmoil, Russia will return to fulfilling its allied obligations and that my entire mission will prove to be only a fruitless tracking of conspiracies. My hands are freezing. I'll finish tomorrow. Are they all dead? Hang on, there was no chatty things. There was no conversational stuff. Have they all died? Okay, this is intriguing. What has happened? Okay, a thing. It's another morning when Edward sits staring gloomily at the fire. And how is it, Mr. Grey? Is it still boring? Indeed, Siberia would not surprise me with anything more. For heaven's sake, we're dying here and the Lord is bored and won't even move a finger. You get mad for a while, but words don't seem to reach the British at all. I'll read my old notes and rewrite this and that. At least something is going on there. It seems that Sir Edward will not be helpful today again. Okay, right. So he now has no action points. Again. They are now full of despair. However, could we build out... I know you're very thirsty and you're really hungry as well. Could we build a palisade to at least keep the cold off? Could we at least build something? Because it's looking very sad. And we've got quite a lot of stuff. So how about a load of sticks for that? Can we put a load of bark in for that one? No, that doesn't like it. A branch for that one? That doesn't quite cover it. That's a bit sad. What's that? Structure? Stones. Absolutely. We need a tiny bit of structure for that. Oh, hang on. That uses up all of our stones. What can we use for structure? A wooden log? Can that go in for structure? No. Scrap metal? Yeah, okay, so scrap metal. And then needles. They can go in for wood. And yeah, we can... Oh, not enough character AP. Oh yeah, I've not picked people yet, have I? Hang on. You and you. Get together and actually build a thing. Here we go. Let's build a fence. Great. That looks brilliant, guys. Can we make it better? Can we make a better fence? Okay. It'll stop people freezing to death. And the morale just went up a bit. Okay, now what does this do? Marked paths. Okay. Thanks for knowing the area. Fast trips beyond the camp, providing a small number of basic resources, are possible. Gather brushwood. So if we did that, we can then gather brushwood. That would be quite nice. That is check snares. That would be useful. That would be useful. And that is a solid palisade. Right, so a bigger palisade. Okay. Well, there we go. We've got a teeny tiny little fence up there. which is better than nothing, I think. Well, here we go. He is starving. He is starving. He is dehydrated. I mean, the guy in the middle is starving and dehydrated. They're all going a little bit kind of crazy. He's got a frostbitten hand that we're probably going to lose. So let's go to end the day. No one's got any action points left. Are they all dead? Oh, right, there you go. Alexei has died. Okay, that's no great surprise because I don't think it's going to be long for these two either. Okay, it rolls round to day 9. And Vadim has died as well. Oh, dearie me. It's looking very bad for our British person here. Oh, and is he just going to go completely mad? You can't complain about the lack of attractions. In the morning, the wind rose and a thick snow cap slid from the trees around the camp, putting out the fire and covering your belongings. You curse heavily, digging out whatever you can from under the white layer. It's always a kind of warm-up. The campfire is under snow. The palisade is under snow. Oh, everything's been covered in snow. Quarantine point is under snow. Shelter is under snow. Workshop. Oh, no. I think it's all over. Over the night, they didn't really say anything interesting. Edward Grey, just chatted about the people that we'd lost, and he wasn't overly complimentary about either of them. But I think this is it. I think this marks the end of our journey here, because Sir Edward Grey has no action points. He is starving. He is dehydrated. We can't do anything else. Let us end the day and bid farewell to him, because I do not think he will make it through to the night. Is he going mad? Something is lurking in the dark around the camp. I see a pair of eyes that ominously glance in your direction, slowly moving between the trees. Is this an Amur leopard, or maybe a lynx? The beast is certainly smaller than a bear, and a wolf would hardly wander alone. When you're wondering what steps are best to take in the event of an attack, the animal makes a quiet snore and the eyes disappear in the dark. Maybe in the morning the traces will tell you who the mysterious observer was. I think he's going to be dead in the morning. I don't think he's going to be alive. The camp morale just went up. Maybe because everyone else has died and he's on his own. But, and there we go. I can't do it. He's unconscious. Okay, end of the day. I can do nothing else. This has not been a good journey, right? Okay, when the camp morale has gone up, I mean, he's having a nice rest at least. I suspect he might be a little bit dead. And there we go. Game over. You didn't survive. Yeah, absolutely we didn't survive. We were very much defeated. Oh dear. Are people going to find us? Oh. Is this just a sort of an animated tale of what happened? Or are they looking for us? Oh, these are the people that might have come looking for us. And they're going to be like, oh no, there's a group of dead people in a really terrible camp. Although, to be fair, the camp it didn't look like that because a load of snow had fallen on it, just as the final insult, just to reset the game. There we go. Oh, and there are the wooden crosses. The wooden cross for our last guy to go with the other three. Oh, that's very sad. So there we go. We very much didn't survive. And I'd like to point out that help did not come tomorrow. We waited many tomorrows and no help came. In fact, there were all sorts of terrible things, but no help. So, maybe the help could arrive quicker. That would be useful. But yeah, it was not to be, was it? I mean, it was very, very difficult. That was very, very difficult. Just finding food seemed very tricky indeed. And then as soon as people start getting, exhausted or thirsty or hungry or ill or whatever, then they get less action points. The less action points you have means you can do less stuff. The less stuff you can do means you can get less resources. And then it just spirals down and out of control into all sorts of badness. And yeah, I mean, did we last what? Was that day, what did we get to? 9? Day 8, 9, 10? I don't know. It wasn't very far, was it? It was not very far at all. So what I think is, what we might do is, I would like to have another look at this, but because we just tried it on the standard difficulty setting, and clearly we did not do very well at that, I kind of want to know more about the story and more about what's going on. So maybe we'll start again and put it on the slightly easier difficulty. So this one here, we'll put it onto passenger difficulty because it says it's the least demanding experience, allowing you to focus mainly on the story told in the game. So we've seen that the survival thing is very, very tough. It's very, very hard. But I'd like to know more about the story. I want to know more about what's going on. So this thing here gives us, the characters have a milder initial condition, which is handy. There's more resources, there's less threat, and the weather is nicer, and there's slightly milder events as well. So that might let us, build the base up. Because one thing that I was a little bit disappointed in is that we just didn't really build any base. We got ourselves a campfire, and we got ourselves a little kind of water distilling thing, and we got a fence built at the back. Oh, and a little bed. We got the hospital bed down, didn't we? But that was it. We didn't get a workshop, we didn't get shelters, we didn't get seats around the campfire. We got nothing really exciting. So I think if we go back, we'll start again, but have a go on passenger difficulty. We'll be able to sort of play more of the game and see what it's all about and get more of the story. Because I want to know what's going on. I want to know more about the interaction between the characters. Will we get different characters next time as well? I imagine we might get some different ones. There might be a bit of overlap, but we might get some different characters. So yes, we shall come back and play on passenger difficulty. Because I kind of feel like we've got unfinished business with this game. That was, it was good. It showed us the game. It showed us the game is brutally, brutally hard. I mean, this is just terrifying. If Survivor was what we just saw, and we lasted 10 days and everybody died and we couldn't do much and we didn't get much base built, Resident of Siberia must be mind-bendingly horrific. Ruthless renegades and weather, less resources. I mean, we couldn't find any clay. We couldn't find any clay at all to build a little pot to do some cooking. Poor initial character condition and more negative character traits. It just sounds utterly horrific. So yeah, let's go back. We'll start again when we come back next time, and we'll have a go at the passenger difficulty, because yes, I think that will give us a bit more of a glimpse into the story and the base building and the characters and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, we'll do that next time. We shall do all of that stuff next time out, because this time our journey has ended on the regular difficulty, and it was clearly not to be, because everybody is all a bit dead. But hopefully, even though everybody is all a bit dead, hopefully you did enjoy that kind of slide into their demise. If you did, then please do leave a like. That would be very, very marvellous indeed. And also, if you're not already, then please do subscribe to keep up to date with how we get on next time on the slightly easier difficulty level here in Help Will Come Tomorrow. But for now, thank you very much for joining me in the Geek Cupboard, and I will see you next time. This is never going to end well if it's just me having to use my own wits and skill to survive. Beer! Drink! Can I just get leathered? That'll make me warm. Yes, like a drunk man trying to find his way to the bar. I don't know what I'm doing. I can play darts. 340! You've took on my monster munch. Where's all the monster munch?